In prison, I had this one guy, they called him Big Dummy. Big Dummy was a big black guy. Dumb as a box of rocks. You could say, hey, Big Dummy. Yeah, what's up? One of the things that helps lower your points so you can get to a lower custody prison is you take classes. Guys would come in and they just want the certificate. It's like, look, man, I just want to get to a low, but I don't want to sit through your class. And I go, okay, great. Give me 2 coffees and 2 creamers. I'll do all your tests and you'll get your certificate. Cool. So Big Dummy came in once, signed his name, and then never came to the class. So one of his other buddies was signing him in. He comes up to me just before the whole, you're supposed to give your certificates, take the last class, and he comes in and he said, hey, Cox, I got an issue. I've been going to class, but I understand that I can't. I missed a couple classes, but I was there. I was like, bro, you're in my unit. I know you've been one time. And he's like, man, how do I get a certificate? I said, I'll sign in. I'll take the test for you. I said, all you got to do is give me 2 coffees, 2 creamers. That's it. He's like, all right, I got you. So the last day comes, I sign him in, everything. He's got a certificate. He didn't even show up to get the certificate. But he saw me. He was, hey, no, I got a certificate. He goes, hey, man, I need my certificate. And I said, no, you never got me your coffee and creamer. No, I got you next week. I said, no, bro, I told you have to get it beforehand. Big Dummy got a big bag, by the way. Every single time he comes in from commissary with a huge bag. He's just an idiot. He's just not going to buy it to me. And I said, no, what am I, stupid? Well, I don't have it now. I said, well, I told you you had to have it before the last class. I ain't got my money right, bro. I ain't got, no, bro. I see, you're in my unit. I'm like, yeah, no, bro. You're, what do you mean I'm hit? I said, you're hit. There's no certificate. I said, go around to the store guy and get some coffee. And I think he came back and he said, man, I got a bag of Pringles, but I already have the certificate. I end up saying to him, okay, I'll take the Pringles. That's fine. And so I go in to get the Pringles and I give him his certificate and he's got my Pringles in his hand. So I go, here's a certificate. And he goes and turns around. He goes, man, get out of here. And I go, what? Are you serious? And he goes, yeah, man, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I snatched the Pringles out of his hands. And he goes, give me the Pringles. And I go like this, his eyes go, and I snatch the certificate out, and then I drop the Pringles on his bed and turn around and walk off. He goes, you con man. So he follows me in my cell to grab, like he thinks he's gonna grab the certificate. Right. I need that certificate, man. I said, go get my shit. No, I said, I need that. I said, I want my 2 coffees and 2 creamers. Give me that. That's my certificate. That's mine. And I tore it up. He said, man, I got team tomorrow. You fucking con, man. And he turned around and walked off, stormed off. So one of his buddies comes up to me like 5 minutes later and goes, hey, Cox, man, what's Big Dummy owe you? And I go, he owes me 2 coffees and 2 creamers. He goes off. He comes back, 2 coffees, 2 creamers. I said, I'll put him in tomorrow.